Hey, y'all doing good? Yes, y'all excited? 2024, the year of God's grace. I've been told y'all that though. You know, a lot of other prophets are coming forward speaking on all this grace that we're finna have in 2024. Like God, and you know, my last video now telling you I be running lights talking about God's grace. Because I have to rewind my thinking. Like I kind of apply myself in a logical way. Everything is spirit. So even when I do little stuff in the physical, I still have to, it have to have a spiritual connection. Like it have to be spirit. Like I can only see in the spirit. Like I can't see nothing logical. So when you talk about the law versus grace, then and if I'm supposed to be walking by this grace, okay, I'm gonna take full advantage of it. So you guys, take full advantage of the grace. People feel like God wants you to take advantage of the grace. Now, if you feel like you're going to use grace and hide behind grace behind your sin, it's no way you can do that. It's no way you can use grace to continue to sin. Because once you get grace, it's like the law is within you. So it's in your heart. So it's in your heart to want to do good and want to do what God wants you to do and not do. Like it's in your heart. Now the commandments of what you can do, what you can't do, what's right, what's wrong is placed in your heart. So you can't just do what you want to do and then say, okay, I'm covered by his grace. It don't even work like that. It's just like it's been some kind of transplant. And so now the physical law has become spiritual. So it's within you now. So that's how it works. So even if I'm like run the red light, like it's stuff God tell me I can't do that I don't do. You know. So and he the one to tell me, like he create the laws as is, and what he tell me I can and can't do, then that just it's just personal at this point. So when you got grace and he's in your heart, you're gonna have rules and stuff that other people might not have. Like he might not ask them to do it, but he might be telling you to do it. Like my diet, for example. You know, I don't eat no ground beef, I don't eat no pork, and I don't eat no red meat, y'all. I only eat chicken, fish, and turkey. And when I say fish, that means seafood. So those are only meats I'm allowed to eat. That might not be for everybody, but this is what this is my grace. And these are the instructions that he has told me through the grace and the relationship that I got with him. He told me I can't eat all that. He told me I can only eat chicken, turkey, and fish. And when I say fish, that means seafood. I'm like, God, don't take the seafood away now. Don't take the seafood, God. I'm really ain't gonna have nothing to eat. So through the grace, you know, those are my laws. This my spiritual law. So I don't want people to feel like, oh, you can just do what you want to do, just do it however you want, then you go before God. Because see, when you repent, that means you have to change from your ways. That means your heart, you really have to want to change within your heart. So you can't just do something like smoke. I'm going to use that for example. Like, you can't just do something like smoke and then go to God and say, okay, God, forgive me for smoking. And it wasn't never in your heart for him to even change. Like, you never even had in your heart to change. But you think you professing, oh, God, forgive me for smoking, protect you from his grace, and it don't. Because when you deal with his grace, now he looks at your heart. Now everything is in your heart. Your whole judgment is based on your heart now. So if you didn't have the heart to want to quit to begin with, you ain't covered by no grace. You was not covered by no grace. But if you got the heart, I'm tickling myself. I'm talking about you ain't covered by the grace in your heart. Now, when it comes to laws that man made up, like running the red light, okay, ain't nothing coming. I ain't going nowhere. God ain't saying I'm going to hell for running the red light now. You go to hell based on your moral. You go to heaven and hell based on your heart and just your moral. But anything based on law, like run the red light, that's not going to determine whether I go to heaven or hell. Now, it's not going to determine whether I go to heaven or hell. Now, it will determine if I get locked up or get a ticket now. It's a law of man. It's not a law of God. So it's a big difference, y'all. So, yeah, so God just got my eyes open spiritually to a lot of stuff. And when him having my eyes open, everybody not going to see things the way I see things in a spiritual sense. And I just apply the law. I just apply this grace because he wants you to embrace the grace. So I'm trying to just embrace the grace everywhere I go. So anytime I see an opportunity where the grace is actually poured upon me, I'm fully embracing it. All day, every day. And I'm trying to get out this logical, God reprogrammed me to get out this logical mindset anyway. So he got me just rewiring me so I can do all that. So yeah, so I'm just trying to like give an example. So people just don't be confused about, you know, just how I move and what I do. God and the Holy Spirit is still telling me what I can't do, right from wrong, good and bad. Just because I'm under his grace don't mean I don't have in my heart the desire to want to do what's right. I want to do what's right, but now the commandments is in my heart as opposed to a piece of paper through the law. You know, like through the 10 commandments or whatever. Now all of that is written on my heart. What he want me to do, what he don't want me to do. And even the diet that he got me on. Everybody might not be on that diet. Because now he going to deal with you on the individual type level. So that's another thing too. Intimacy is very important to God. And he deal with everybody on the intimate level. So with me and my diet, that's just me and God. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody. Not even with my kids. But they going to eat what their mama eat. So I got a strong influence on their diet based on what God tell me. So I know that too. So yeah, y'all, so I'm speaking on that. 2024. I was just driving and what I heard was the words 2024 is the calm before the storm, y'all. It's the calm before the storm. So get ready. And while I'm sitting here, some just saying for 2024, put on your seatbelts. Going into 2024, just put on your seatbelts. And he ain't explaining everything going on. Now, he did show me the grace. And he was speaking to me about all this grace that's going to be coming falling. He been speaking to me about this. I told you I probably fixing myself up for a video to release this. And I said, but I ain't just, that's why God told me just don't even worry about fixing yourself up because you ain't going to never get around to it. But I probably been doing the grace and abundance and overflow video. And when I say overflow, you know, overflow means more than enough. So he's not going to just give you the bare minimum. It's going to be an outpour, which means it's going to be more than what you need. So it's like you're going to have 3 cars. He's going to be telling you, go get 4 cars. Like it's going to be an overabundance during this period. But then at the same time, you got to use wisdom during this time because you got to prepare for the storms that's ahead. And we got a lot of storms that's coming. So God is counteracting this bad with this good, y'all. He's talking not to focus on the bad, but it's a counteract. It's going to be a lot of bad stuff going on, but it's going to be a lot of good stuff going on. And he wants us to use this overflow, this outpouring that he giving us to prepare for the famine and the storms that's ahead that we can't see yet. It's not for us, you know, he wants us to enjoy it to a degree, but at the same time, he still wants us to put aside some of this abundance, some of these blessings for hard times. Because it's coming. It's coming. We only got a year, y'all. We only got a year and then boop. Until he tell me something else. I'm saying it's a year. 2025, Great Depression. I did a post on it. I said we reversing. And I said the next thing that's scheduled is the Great Depression. I said that. So, I'm going to do a repost on it to let you know it's already been spoken. But we going into the Great Depression. But before the Great Depression, he's going to release all this outpouring and stuff. And people going to be distracted by the outpouring. They're not going to even know that it's to prepare them for the storm that's ahead. He giving us more than enough so we can put up some for the storms that's ahead. So I'm just doing this video real quick just to explain it, break that down. Break that down. That's the only thing come to me. He's speaking on 2024, like while I'm just sitting here. It's just random stuff come to me, like the calm before the storm, and then put on your seatbelts. He's saying, put on your seatbelts. Like, I don't know if he's saying it's going to be a bumpy ride. He just like, put on your seatbelts. And it ain't nothing telling me no details about why. The why. It just put it on. Worry about the why later. I told you with God, you got to worry about the whys later. Because he might not necessarily tell you the why, but he going to tell you what you need to do. And then later on, you come back and be like, well, dog, God, you will see the why. He going to explain it. He going to explain it later. He might not reveal it at that point in time. So, That's all I got to say. I'm just trying to do this quick video. I'm trying to see if anything is coming to me. But 2024 for many, it's going to be a good year. If you not, you know, in it's like God want, you know, like I got to put the scripture with what I need to talk about with this abundance. So I ain't going to speak on it. I spoke on and gave context clues and other videos dealing with it, but I ain't going to speak too much about the abundance. I'm just going to say, because there's a lot of other prophets coming forward about this 2024 and going into 2025 and all that. You know, so 2024, it's going to be a good year. We done been through a lot. And I even was talking to my daughter. She propheted too. God talked directly to her. Like, we could be sitting there talking about something, and then she'll be like, but why, God? And God will be like, well, this is why. Well, that is why. Like, she'll be talking about Revelation and 144,000. Because one day she was just stressing about that, y'all. So she was telling me about it. And while she was telling me about it, God, boom, popped up in the conversation. And he talking directly to her about the book of Revelations and the 144,000. Because she thought it was such a small number. And God called this 144,000 that he speak of, he called them a special people. That's how he referred to them, as a special people. And he was just telling her, don't worry about it. And when she was trying to read the book of Revelations, he even told her that she's not ready for the book of Revelation. He told her, don't read Revelation. He said, you're not ready for that. So he stopped her from reading the book of Revelations. More people be like, well, God wants you to read his word. When my daughter was trying to read the book of Revelation, God told her she cannot read the book of Revelation right now. He told her she's not ready for the book of Revelation. So she had to come up out that book of Revelations. And that curiosity that was just drawing her to the book of Revelation, God kind of her and told her, no, you can't read Revelations. Mentally, you don't read it right now. So that's what he told my daughter. So I'll be like, y'all be thinking God one way, God be a whole different way. And I don't even really be telling y'all everything that he be saying dealing with stuff, because we try to use logic to justify stuff. And if you look at our judicial system, it's like right is wrong and wrong is right. And the way our system set up, our justice department, if you're in the wrong, you're going to be rewarded. But if you're in the right, you're normally going to be like punished some kind of way. And God and his justice system is way different. So a lot of time when people going through stuff, and I ain't talking about no Job. I ain't talking about people being tested by Job, but people that's really going through stuff, it's God's judgment. And God is just and fair. And in this situation, you might not even think it's fair, but God will tell you every single thing and the reason why and all that. And it ain't gonna make no sense logically. Because when you're trying to use the laws of man and okay, this happened, that happened, and you know, and the way our judicial set up and our judicial system is so corrupt. So half of the people that's, you know, that's being like rewarded, my first mind like, right is wrong and wrong is right. Kangaroo court. Remember I had that vision about kangaroo court? It's going to be a repost. But that's what's going on with our whole system. So you might feel like, ooh, they went to court and they won. And ooh, everything was in their favor. That don't necessarily mean that they was in the right. Just because they won through a crooked, corrupted judicial system. That's not fair like God. But I'm going to let y'all go, y'all. Yeah, I was just speaking just small talk. I don't think come to me about this 2024. You know, be excited, enjoy it. Take advantage of it. God said take full advantage of the resources, the favor, the grace, the blessings. He wants you to take advantage of it. Take advantage of the opportunities. Take advantage of him. You know how some people feel like they take advantage of God and it's a bad thing. 2024 and his grace, it's a good thing to take advantage of God. So I'm like, I'm finna take full advantage of any and everything, every door that open. I'm finna take full advantage of it. Shoot, why I say that? Now I gotta expect the unexpected with these doors. I ain't no telling what kind of doors God finna open for me from speaking this into existence. But take advantage of 2024. He wants you to. You know, he is your father. You are his children. Take advantage of this. Because 2025 is gonna be kind of rough. We finna go into some rough periods. But enjoy 2024, y'all. And he told me not to put too much emphasis on the bad and what's to come behind everything. He told me just focus and try to push this narrative and this encouraging word for 2024. Don't focus on the bad that's attached to it. But the bad and the good is coinciding and coming in together. You got good and bad coming in together, y'all. So I'm gonna let y'all go on that note and enjoy y'all night and be safe. Cause we do got the New Year's coming up where everybody gonna be drinking and driving. So if you ain't gotta be out on the road, try to avoid being out on the road. Do not be out in the streets. New Year's Eve, New Year's, trying to be out in the streets during that time. And I'll talk to y'all later.